This is Utah Hustlers, a podcast that helps you build your business to $10,000 a month. My name is Skylar Beitendorf, and my mission is to help you achieve success, happiness, and freedom on your own terms. Today, we're talking about organization, order, and cleanliness, and how this affects our daily lives, which will ultimately affect our business and how well we're able to operate in that business. And it might be hard to hear, but a messy house or a messy room oftentimes is the sign of a messy mind. We're going to go over why it is important to de-junk, declutter, and organize your space and yourself. If this is something that you need work on, stick around for this episode with your host, Skylar Beitendorf. Have you ever seen the movie Limitless? So the movie Limitless is about a guy who's a writer who is struggling in life. He's divorced, he makes very little money, and he's having a hard time writing this book for his publishers. His mind's a mess, his apartment's a mess, his appearance is a mess, everything's a mess. And everything changed one day when his ex-brother-in-law ran into him on the street. They went and sat down at a coffee shop to catch up. Towards the end of that conversation, his ex-brother-in-law hands him a pill, a clear, round pill in a little bag. And he says, hey, try this, take this. If this helps you, great. It's FDA approved, it's clean, it's good, it's gonna help you. Just try it. He was a little reluctant to take it from him, but he ended up putting it in his pocket. Right when he pulled up to his apartment, he decided to pop it in. So as he's walking up the stairs to his apartment, he runs into his landlord's daughter. And she starts screaming at him and saying, hey, you're late on rent. We need rent money. We're going to evict you. You're late every single month. And just is getting after him. And he's just sitting there kind of taking it. And then the pill takes effect. And he's able to understand why she's mad. And it really has nothing to do with him. And if you see the movie, you know what happens next. But essentially, he gets back into his apartment with a mind that has been opened wide. Everything he's ever seen, heard, learned about, he remembers. And he's able to understand essentially everything that he reads, sees. He's a wizard at math. He can write anything. But the first thing he does before he changes anything else in his life, now that he's become a super genius, is he cleans his place. There were dishes everywhere, clothes scattered everywhere, probably hadn't vacuumed, dusted, or done anything to clean his apartment in 6 months, year, who knows how long. His place is filthy. And he gets in, looks at it all, and he said, this is the first thing I need to change. Because before anything else could happen, he needed to live in a place of cleanliness, a place of order, so he could operate on a higher level. And the next thing he does is he gets a haircut. He buys nice, clean clothes. He fixes up his appearance. So now him and his living space are clean, in order, and vibrating at a higher level. But in that movie, the first thing was cleaning the apartment, cleaning his home where he lives, where he works. And they do that for a very specific reason. It's because it's very true. If you talk to anybody who has the results that you want, they're going to tell you that you can't operate in a dirty space. They're going to tell you you won't be as efficient if your home is dirty, if your room's dirty, and no one will take you that seriously if you look like a bum. Now, I'd love to say that I'm perfect at this. I'm not. I'm not saying that at all. My home is pretty clean, but it's not perfect. Everyone has that drawer or that cupboard that is the junk drawer. Everything that you don't know where it goes or doesn't have a space goes there. Or you'll have other places that are filling up with so much stuff that it's starting to overflow. You know the places I'm talking about. Or you have clothes that are hanging in your closet that have been there for 6 months, year, 2 years, 3 years probably, and you haven't worn them. I think a big lie we're told is that we need to acquire stuff. The only reason for money is to acquire things. And you're not cool unless you have things. That is very much not the case. Are there certain things we need? Absolutely. I would never get rid of my skis, snowboard, mountain bike, podcast equipment, weights, or any of the essentials I need to live a full, healthy life. But there are a lot of things that I own that I really don't use that often, that I can either put in its own bucket with everything that's in the same category, or I can get rid of it altogether. And this is a process I'm actually going through right now, is de-junking, decluttering, getting my living space in a higher level of order and organization. And I can already hear a lot of you guys thinking right now, my place is too cluttered. I have too much stuff. This is a nightmare. It's too big of a beast to handle on my own, so I'm never going to do it. Now, if you're just going to think that the rest of the time, go ahead and shut this episode off. But you can choose to believe that you can get this done in record time. So what's the first thing to do? First thing to do is to find a space that you can get wins quickly. So this could be one small drawer. This could be your desk. This could be your workspace, your room, your closet, anything. Find a place that you know you could fully organize and de-junk in one day. Find the easiest place to accomplish that. And you're going to pull everything out. So let's say it's a drawer, for example. You're going to take the drawer out and literally dump the drawer on the floor and put the drawer back. And only put the things back in that you use regularly or that you know you'll need to use in the next 6 to 12 months. And you're going to go through everything else and you're either going to donate it or throw it away. Because if you're not going to use it in the next 6 to 12 months, you probably really don't need it. And if you think, well, I may not use it in 6 or 12 months, but I'm going to use it eventually. Okay, then decide how long it's okay to keep something before you get rid of it. If you acquire too much stuff that doesn't serve you, it's going to weigh you down and it's going to create more things you have to organize, throw away, go through, which will ultimately take up your time and mental energy. The less stuff you have, the less you have to maintain. And the more you can maintain your life, your business, and spend more time doing the things that you actually want to do. So you're going to start with that one drawer, finish that drawer, and then you're not going to do anything for the rest of the day. Then the next day, you're going to do the same thing to the next space. Always start with the easiest and build up momentum. But if you did this every day for a week and turned on your favorite TV show or turned on your favorite podcast while you did it, you can have fun while doing this. But just do one bucket, one drawer, one closet at a time. This is something I honestly do quite regularly, is I look at the things I have that I'm not using and I get rid of them. I often do this with the clothes that I have. If there's clothes I haven't worn in a long time, I'll get rid of them. And then I'll revisit my closet again in another few months and I'll look at all this stuff again. And I'm going to be able to look at those things that I still haven't worn and I'm just going to get rid of them. Because it's not worth them just sitting there collecting dust for literally no reason at all. Just to say I have it, it's not worth it. So do that with your whole home. And on a regular basis, dust, vacuum, wipe things down, keep things clean and organized. Because like I said, the cleaner your living space is, the less stuff you have, the less is going to be in your mind. And the more you're going to be able to think clearly and focus on the things that actually matter. Stuff isn't going to bring you happiness. Some things can help with happiness and bring in experiences that you otherwise wouldn't have with yourself or with your family. But I think if we're really being honest, most of the stuff you have in your home, you don't need. So I invite you guys to take those steps and slowly go through everything and get rid of as much as you can and donate it to either one of the DIs or to someone you know who needs it more than you. You can also list everything you don't need on Facebook Marketplace or KSL Classifieds for free. And when you put it for free and they just have to pick it up, people will come and take your junk for you. If they want it and get use out of it, great. So it's easy for you and it serves someone else. Why not? And the next thing with yourself, again, keep yourself in order, meaning shower regularly, dress nice, dress in clean clothes, put deodorant on. If you're a guy, shave, trim your nails regularly, but keeping yourself and your place organized and at a higher vibration level is just one of the components to success. And if you can just focus on this for a little while, it'll eventually become habit. Getting rid of things that you don't need is just going to become habit. You're going to look at something and realize, I don't actually need this. And you're going to feel lighter every day that you get rid of things. It's an awesome feeling. So go do that, de-junk, clutter, get things in order. Once you do your home, you'll also want to do your business. Get rid of things that no longer serve you, whether it's equipment, materials, or just the way you track progress, finances, and your customers. Organize that too. But in my opinion, the best place to start is in your own home. Well, that wraps up another episode of Utah Hustlers. And hey, if you got value from this, it would mean the world to me if you'd share it with someone that you also think could get value from it. Someone who you know could use this information to build their business and themselves. And remember, it's not just about knowing what to do, it's about taking the required action. Until next time, keep building. Hey, did you know that the video version of these are also available on YouTube? If you're watching this on YouTube, great. Make sure to hit subscribe and like. But if not, go to YouTube, type in Utah Hustlers, and subscribe to the channel. Why? Because we're soon enough going to be going live with these episodes where you can ask your own questions and get specific advice on these topics that will benefit you and your business. And click the bell so that way you know exactly when we're going live. That way you do not miss it.